Welcome to this episode of the Woman to Warrior Show. I'm Holly, and I help women step into and live their best, most powerful lives possible by expanding their identity. And now for today's episode. There's a question that many of us capable, strong women, myself included, have asked at some point, but it's not generally asked out loud. It's more one of those questions you put out to the universe because you don't want it to seem like you don't want it to seem to anyone that you're not capable or that you don't have it all together. And that question is, who am I if I'm not all of this? Who am I if I don't have the business or the work role? If I just walked away from it all, the team that answers to you, gone. The title on your email signature, gone. The calendar that's packed from 6 a.m, suddenly wide open. Nobody needing a decision from you. Nobody waiting on your replies. Who am I? And this question isn't just some daydream about freedom. It's an identity question, which is why it's so hard to answer, because your identity has become everyone and everything else. If I'm not the founder, if I'm not the boss, the one who runs it all, then who on earth am I? And that fear is telling you something important. There's somewhere along the way, what you do and who you are, it's stopped being two separate things. They fuse together. You became your title, your name, and your job description. They grew into being the same thing, into the same world. And you can feel it in all of the small things. When somebody asks who you are, you answer with what you do. Have you ever noticed that? When you have a good week at work, you feel like a good person. When it all goes to shit, you don't think that went badly. You think, I am failing. Because if you are the business, then every crappy thing that happens in the business is a crappy thing within you. And I understand exactly how that happens because it happened to me. So when we ran our gyms, they became me, or rather I became them. My identity was the gym owner, the business owner, and I definitely verbalized it without even paying attention. Hi, I'm Holly and I own a couple of gyms. It was as if I had to say that because it made me feel like I was someone, that I was worth it, that I wasn't just there taking up space. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, I can't tell you when it happened. It was more like a slow burn. And when we did make the decision to sell, it was a little tough. Not because I didn't want to sell, I really did, but because I completely forgot who I was without this thing, without this entity that I seem to have become a part of. And for some of you, you may resonate with this 100% because you've got your own business. For others, it may be, who are you without your CEO role, or whatever it is for you. No matter what it is for you, it's really all the same. It's trying to figure out who we are again. But we are not what we do. We never were, even though it can feel very much like that at times. I don't know if you've noticed that. The title is not you. The business is not you. The role, the team, the reputation, all of it, as real as and impressive as probably very hard earned as it is, none of it is actually you. It was something you built, and that thing that does the building is always bigger than the thing that builds it. The thing that does the building, which is you, is always bigger than the thing that builds it. It's like you wrote a book and you put your heart and soul into it, you know, and people love the book. They love what you did, but the book is not you. You are the writer. Your business, your job, your role is not you, which I know you know intellectually. There's every likelihood you're a super smart woman, so you know all of this. But what smart, capable, strong women struggle with sometimes is, who am I? And an identity built only on what you achieve is always destined to make you feel less than. And it will always eventually change. The business gets sold, or it slows down, the role ends, gets handed to someone else, whatever. The body that ran at that certain pace for 20 years suddenly starts asking for a rest because you can't keep up anymore. The children who needed you grow up and go. It all changes, every bit of it, because change is simply the nature of life. And if who you are is fixed to just what you do, then the day the doing changes, you don't just lose a job or a title, you lose yourself. And I've worked with so many women who are in exactly that position. So in the Woman to Warrior program is one of the most important pieces of the equation. And what the women come to understand there is that pulling who you are apart from what you do does not make you smaller. It expands you because we are so much bigger, way bigger than what it is we do. And the moment your worth stops depending on your output, you get to do the work from a completely different place. Not to prove that you're worth something, but because you're brilliant at it and you choose it. And that woman is far more powerful than the one whose identity is tied to her role. So I want you to ask a different question, not who am I, but who was I? Who are you? Who are you before you slipped into the trap of thinking you're only as valuable as what you produce or what you do? The one who liked what she liked and wanted what she wanted for no other reason other than that she could. That woman, she is still in there, underneath the layers you put on top, and she is who you're actually looking for. And you may have to think back a few years to find that point again, but it is definitely there. And then when you find it, start moving in the direction of her by doing the things she used to do. And just so we're clear though, this is not about massive change. This is about sustainable action. So don't try to completely tear one identity down and rebuild another one overnight. It doesn't really work. Remember, you're the one who was here before any of it was built, before the business, before the title, the team, the kids, whatever it is for you, you were here first. Those things did not make you. You are the woman underneath it all, and she was always the point. Now, if you want to go deeper into this, I know that many of you do. There's a link below in the description. And I'd love you to subscribe because I have a lot more coming, and give this a like, or even share with another woman who needs to hear this. And I feel the episode I did on why having it all is burning women out will be useful for you as well if you haven't already watched it. So the link will pop up here and in the description. Remember, you are every bit as worthy of a life that actually feels like yours as any single person you've ever put ahead of yourself. So go and live with fierce grace.